Welcome everyone back to another week of Bad Decisions. I'm glad you all can make it with us. Tonight we are down at Chadra, so I will be DNPCing Chadra for now. But before we jump into what's going on in this session, let's recap a little bit of what's been happening in the last sessions. Murderous mayhem of many things has happened upon the ship. And because the tiny tiki doll of terror decided to go on an absolute killing spree, it put everyone on edge on the ship. Understandably, of course. And because of such things, you guys all got quarantined and cordoned off to your different living arrangements, and the ship was going to be run by a very sparse crew that's only needed for actual working order. Because of this, you guys were given a little bit of fresh air before being locked in, and once you all were locked in, it didn't take long, just a few hours and some sleeping, before absolute chaos erupted in the room as the bag of holding was destroyed, and Lorona got a quick stab in the neck, as these things do. During that nuance of trying to find this little fucking invisible terror, it was morning, and the enchantment that locked you guys into your room was lifted, and the door was opened at this time to give you guys breakfast. Unfortunately, no one warned Mum before opening the door that it was locked, or that shit was going down inside, and the door got opened. The door was closed quickly after, and unfortunately, in the process of the door and Valis standing on the other side of it, trying to block it from opening again, there was a little bit of commotion and distraction inside the room before the door opened up again, seemingly by its own accord. And before it slammed closed once again, and we could hear thuds and death on the other side. The group quickly sprung into action to hunt down this murderous menace. And as you did so, realized that it made its way out onto the top deck, did some damage up there as well, but while some were above seeking this creature out, some were also below, as they could smell the fresh gunpowder from the barrels nearby being let out, and a fire erupting. Luckily, things were done quick enough to put it out before the entire ship exploded on itself. And with the little doll dead by technically self-suicide, as well as a little bit of mage hand manipulation. And then getting yeeted into the water.
Arson and decapitation?
Yeah, and then a good old yeet into the ocean. But this at least let everyone be at ease that this creature was no longer on the ship. Repairs were put underway, and you finished the last couple days' journey into Ablal. It was here that the confirmation of completing the quest was done through Trevor's contact. And when you guys came down for dinner that night at the Tiny Horse Inn, a long, well-loved and respected and honestly just straight up cherished friend of the group's, Ruben, was there for dinner. Sometimes this puts people in good moods and they act their best selves. Other times, people get a little stabby in the chesty. Stomach, sorry, stabby in the stomach. Stabby in the torso, we'll leave it open to, moving it around.
Just need more iron in their diet.
Yep. we'll leave it up to you to decide which way we went on that one. But it put a damper on some moods, and eventually Reuben, before leaving, agreed to not put an embassy in Taramesh, at least for the time being, and instead made Lorona the liaison for Oblal in Taramesh, giving her a specific card in which she can write messages to him and he could write messages back. With that little last bit of convo and talking to you all and Trevor, Reuben and Tam had a quick conversation outside before he made his way back to his post. You guys got to bed that night with the knowledge that in the morning you all would be leaving and heading back to Taramesh for the completion of your contract and to finally be quote-unquote home. And that's ultimately where we're returning in the morning. Unless someone had something to do the night before, we push on into the morning.
Oh, are the shops open all night? Or are
No,
they...
shops are not open all night.
Then nope. Not till the morning.
Okay. Morning.
I don't want to beat that shop guy at like 1 a.m. in the morning. Like
Right.
wizard comes in. It's just like, I need
Everything.
magical ink.
I'd be like, fuck you, we're a bait shop.
But you couldn't wait till like 10 o'clock in the morning, really?
The one guy who told, hey, you're going to have the graveyard shift. Don't worry, no one comes in. All right. Should I get training on how to run the register or anything? Don't worry, no one comes in. I'll train you tomorrow.
Fucking this guy.
the full adventuring group of wizards. Hi, we need everything. What do you need?
Real quick, we were here before, correct?
This is
For
the
not
time
too
you
long,
listen.
but we were here.
This is the
Did
time.
we... did I get a round of clothes?
Did you get a round of clothes?
Fashions, blah, 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 all that stuff.
Here? No. Because you were never here
I'd
for
like to
very
do that
long.
ASAP in the morning if I have time. If I don't, I won't. I don't know what time we're leaving.
Yeah, with Trevor, it's always been basically the crack of dawn.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically is always... First light, we're out.
Alright. Never mind then.
All right. But yeah, so when the morning comes, crack of dawn, you get a little bit of breakfast, take some pocket bacon, and head out to the ship.
You head north or south?
Pocket bacon.
You guys are heading north.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys will be... no snap. You guys will be heading back to... Sorry, it'd be... Here. Back to the Iron Port.
Alright.
It's going to take you
Okay.
a little over a week because you guys are going to be escorted by the drow ship. That makes you guys go twice as fast.
Okay.
So instead of 28 days, it's only going to take you 14. Remember, Trevor had secured one of the drow ships that were in port to assist them on their journey back.
He'd also upgraded our ship.
Oh, that was way
Just in
advanced.
case.
Yeah. That was before you guys left to the archipelago.
Just a second.
Yeah. If anything, the iron would have made you guys slower. But with the drow ship and paving the way and lending its magical abilities to have you guys move faster, it's only going to take you 14 days to get home. So, I am going to split this into 2 rolls. 2 7-day rolls. Who would like to make the first roll?
I do.
All right. Ballast ready to start things off strong.
Yeah. Remember the last time Valis rolled? Death, baby. Death, baby.
All right, so that would get you guys to.
When am I rolling?
1 second, I'm just finding the.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He's got to pick the correct evil table.
Okie dokie.
Actually, it's
Oh,
the
yes.
puppies, kittens, and unicorns table.
I get
And
the
Chucky.
roll for going into the chosen few.
Yep.
I remember stories about this from the other timeline.
The other. Okay, so it's going to be 3 rolls that I'm going to need from you.
Okay.
First roll is a d20.
There you go.
Wait for it. 19.
Wow.
All right, 19. Okay, that's going to open us to
Great start.
to a d8 roll.
D8 roll.
Mm-hmm.
Seven.
There you go. 7.
Okie dokie. And that is going to. I'm going to need a d4 roll.
Ooh. 21.
All right. So, with that, I need to get a calculator out. Okay, then I need to open up this page. Okie dokie. So, there we go. There's you. Just about a little after noon, on the 7th day of travel so far, following this drow ship as it makes its way northward back to the Iron Port through the last little bits of the Chosen Few. Lorona, you're on deck. Just sort of mindlessly watching over the edge of the ship out into the waters. Being kind of bored. You guys have had a pretty calm and collected time as you've been traveling, and with the extra speed, any sort of exciting fish that might want to swim alongside, or anything that even might want to have given you guys a chase, just can't catch up to your guys' current speed. But Lorona, as you're up here, can you go ahead and give me a perception check?
Yes. Oops.
Okay. So, as you are kind of leaning over the side of the ship and just staring out and watching the waves and the sun glare off them, you see an island off in the distance, but it's too far to make anything out. And as you're kind of nonchalantly looking left and right, you realize that something is caught at the front of the ship. Almost as if the ship had impacted it at some point, but going too fast, or maybe going on a bounce on the waves at the time, no one noticed, but this creature has been pinned up against the front bow of the ship this entire time. And looking at its face, you can tell that it's long been dead. Like, still fresh, but it's been dead a while. There's no saving it currently.
Do I need to roll anything to figure out what it is?
It's nothing that you recognize. You're not a very big ocean person. but the it looks like a large fish of some sort with a peculiar, almost unicorn-like horn on its head.
We ran over a sea unicorn.
But you
Is
want to
anyone
join in?
around for me to tell?
There's plenty of people that are working the boat.
Like, I mean, Tam or Valis or Twonk or anyone?
Roll me a d6. Tam's, sort of laying out,
Yes.
getting some sun.
Okay, so she'll walk over and just relay that info to her and see if there's anything we can do about it. I mean, I don't know if there's anything we can do about it.
I don't think there is. I mean, did you want to catch it?
How would we do that?
Don't know. I mean, for what you described, I'd rather not. I'd rather leave it alone.
Okay, well, let's just leave it alone then.
Let's watch it as long as we can,
Okay.
because it sounds amazing.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's alive.
Oh,
But
it looks dead?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, that is kind of different then let's bring it aboard and check it out. Maybe at least take the horn or something. I don't know.
Take the.
I mean, it might,
I mean,
it
they
might be
could.
valuable.
Yeah, you never know if there's
never
anything
know.
healing properties or anything in it.
Also, well, I mean, we didn't fish for like 7 fucking days, so something not fish might be nice. I don't know. Let's ask someone that actually might know. Hang on a second, and I'll run downstairs to the cook
Okay.
and describe what Lorna told me about. I'd say it looks.
You're saying it's got a horn on its head?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh god. Oh god.
What? What?
Oh, we've killed a narwhal.
So?
Oh,
What?
that's bad luck.
Why?
Oh, those are the gentle creatures of the sea.
It's already dead. We didn't kill it. It's already dead.
He's like, he'll run up. He'll go and tell Trevor, and Trevor will like put his hand on his shoulder, and kind of calmly walk with him up to the front, and slowly make their eyes and slowly bend over the front of the ship. And you just see the chef just fucking start to lose his shit, but Trevor like grabs his shoulders and is just like giving hand gestures and whispering very sternly to him. He reaches in to his pocket and hands him a flask, and the cook just takes the flask with shaking hands and walks back down to the lower deck.
We didn't kill it. Lorna just found it.
Who are you telling that to?
Trevor.
Openly on the deck?
Quietly. After I saw what the cook did. Yeah.
Okay. He will point to, slyly to the point where it shows that the ship ran into it, and it was probably trapped there for, I don't know, about 2 hours before it finally bled out.
Oh.
Yeah. From this angle, now being at the front of the ship, you can see where the figurehead had speared it.
Oh.
So he's just gonna kind of it's a bad omen. Let's just keep this all between us.
Lower me down. I'll release it from whatever it is trapped on, and then we can get about our business.
No, I've got a different thing.
Yeah, is there?
Don't worry. All right, everyone, we're gonna go to half-mast for about 15 minutes. All right, we're gonna check the sails and make sure that we haven't ripped any new holes. We're gonna treat them. We have been moving at a pretty breakneck speed this entire time, so let me flag down the drow ship to slow us down. And with that, he'll do a series of hooded lantern signaling to the drow ship, and they'll slow down, and you guys will all go to a bit of a creep in the water.
I'll lean over to Lorona and be like, I guess this is really bad.
Is there any way we can, like, since it's okay, she's gonna say this like just between the people that know. Is there any way we can honor it since it's a bad omen? Is there any way we can change that so it's not back up for us?
Well, the only people who know right now are you, Tamberlane, the cook, and Trevor. And Trevor's currently watching over the men as they treat the sails.
Okay.
Yeah. It had been on the front of your guys' ship for 2 hours, so it's a good sense that since you guys are going very slow now, that whatever's left is probably already gone.
Oh.
Like give it a chance to slide off the ship.
Okay.
Okay.
And drawing too much attention to anything else is probably a bad idea.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Good job, Valis.
What did I do?
Killed a
He's the
narwhal.
worst.
Hey, this is better than...
Jedi of the Sea.
Then it should have used the Force.
It couldn't quite compare to the force of the ship, apparently.
Apparently.
The ship had a lot of force. It helps that it's banded in iron now.
Yeah, that too.
But I will say, marginally less scary than a murderous doll.
True that.
So,
yeah, if they need me to go down and dislodge it.
No, that's what I was saying. It had been getting constantly shoved into the ship for 2 hours, so it was already hanging on by a thread. Is more or less of just slowing down it enough so that way it wasn't constantly getting pushed up against the ship.
And there's no oh, I hate to ask. There's no extremely valuable properties of that horn.
You would have to ask Trevor.
I would. Quietly and discreetly.
He says yes.
If you say no, then I'm done.
He says the horn is valuable in its own right, but it's more or less a portion of the brain stem that you want.
Oh, well, I don't think there's much left of that.
I mean, if it's a bad omen, then we shouldn't have any of it on us on the ship or anything. Right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I'm not there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go.
Valis is just not understanding why the cook doesn't have fucking lunch ready.
Yeah,
He's just over there
Like, where the
drinking.
fuck is this cook?
I want that
God.
so fucking bad right now. And I'm just gonna let it go. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, with that, we move on to
You're gonna make us regret it. I know you are. Damn it.
With that, we have the next round of rolls. Who would like to make the first roll?
I can do it.
All right. It's always the second roll after something shitty happens that everyone's like, "Ooh, I don't want to touch that."
You make it worse every time.
All right,
And it wasn't even that bad.
Lorana, give me a D10.
It was
roll.
that bad.
D10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, a 6. Okie dokie. And then give me a D6 roll as well.
Another one. Oh, and D6.
A
Sorry.
D6, yes.
Pardon me.
Okie dokie.
No, he laughed.
Really?
More narwhal.
Now, go ahead and roll me a D4. See how many narwhals you killed this time. Just kidding.
Chucky part 2.
Rolls a
An
4,
army
and it
of
turns out like
narwhals.
it's like one narwhal that got stuck on the ship, but then like one accidentally impaled itself on the other narwhal
Yep.
and got stuck, and then a third one.
A third one
Or
came to
they all
help.
started attacking our ship and poking holes into it with their fucking horns.
Okay.
And the baby crying next to it.
That's my mama! Wow, narwhals speak common? Only the babies.
Only the babies.
Just to make you feel bad. Alright. So. Let me just do a quick bit of measuring here. Whoops.
See, the reason why they lose common when they get older is because they lose faith in humanity and wish to distance themselves.
Okay.
I'm sorry if something bad happens.
I mean,
You're good.
it's Val's fault, not ours.
Nope. Anyway, so just a few short days away from finally reaching the Iron Port, there's a moment in time when you guys are sailing along. I need everyone to go ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh no.
I'm gonna roll for Chad.
So fun.
Oh shit.
4.
Okay, that's
Oh,
everybody.
that's for Chad. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Oh, I got fucked.
So, Chadra and Lorona, you guys are currently down below deck. Tamberlay, Twunk, and Valis, it just happens to be that perfect timing where all three of you are on top of the deck. And it's about 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Not quite sun setting yet, but getting low in the sky. And you guys are traveling at your breakneck speed that the Drow ship has been enabling you all to.
Yeah, Tolkien and I are trying to teach Valis how to sunbathe.
Twunk has absolutely no idea what this sunbathing... I mean, he's got sun soaking.
Twunk doesn't?
He's got sun soaking. He just doesn't bathe. It's more of the terminology that Twunk would get stuck on.
Yes.
But as you guys are all up here, there's this moment where you are all probably talking to Valis, and you hear an ungodly noise upon the water. Just this as you guys turn and look forward ahead of the ship where the noise originated from. You see the Drow ship has been lifted into the air. It's currently
Right.
about 30, 40 feet off the
Our ship?
No, the drow ship.
The drow ship.
Oh,
It's currently 30, 40 feet higher than you all, but water seems to be going up with it.
Can
Go ahead.
never mind.
Let it
I was gonna
finish.
say, can I open up my third eye and like?
Your third eye's always open.
Oh, I thought I
Oh,
like
gross.
closed it and. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking.
We can tape it closed if you'd like.
Twunk may have after you said, "Am I enlightened?" for like the 5th time, and then he was like, "I'm fucking gonna super glue that bitch shut." But as you guys turn and look at this, the ship almost looks like it's riding a wave. That's what's going on. As you see this gigantic, as the water starts to come off of this creature that's underneath, this gigantic whale has come up directly underneath the ship, and is crested up through the air. You guys then feel a lurching motion on the ship, and your guys' ship skyrockets upward. I need those that are on top to make dexterity saving throws.
I die.
On top to make dexterity.
Yep. And I gotta make it for...
Oh, I'm gonna die.
17.
Hold on, I'm just making it for all the people up top. Okay. Alright. As the ship starts rocketing upwards at a breakneck speed, everyone starts to like find things to grab onto. Immediately, 2 individuals and Tamberlane just get launched off the ship.
Yeah.
oh.
Your ship goes about 25 feet into the air. The 2 individuals in Tamberlane go an additional 45 higher than that.
We get popped up.
Yeah, because the ship,
Shit, okay.
the whale is coming from straight
I was
up.
reaching for my axe, not something to hold me onto the ship.
Makes sense? You're like, this bitch ain't going nowhere. Not without me.
So
As you guys also hear the same noise of the whales cresting up underneath. I need to roll for the ship. As we come crashing back down, I need Constitution saving throws from everybody, except Tamberlane.
okay. Yeah, if it
Con
is
save.
oh, I don't have a bag of
Son of a
holding anymore.
bitch.
Wow, all these guys are doing real well. Damn, all of them did great. It was like 3 17s, 2 18s, and a 16.
Thanks.
And then I gotta roll for shit. Okie dokie. So Valis, Twunk, and Shadra, as the ship comes crashing back down into the water, all 3 of you guys go prone. Take 1d6 of bludgeoning damage. So only 3 points of bludgeoning damage. As not only do you guys hit the floor hard, but also all the now loose items and people that might be sliding across the deck or down below in the hold just starts crashing into one another. Lorona, you're able to keep onto your feet during this crashing thing and sort of step your way out of danger of anything hitting you. The ship, on the other hand, so it went up 25 feet. It has iron on it now, so every 5 feet, I've got to roll 2 d20s. 5, every 5 feet is 2d20. So 10d20. All right. I'll just do 2 5s to make it easy. So 97 points of damage to the ship.
Oh shit.
Okay. One of the iron platings on the side of the ship falls off. I gotta roll for the drow ship, which went 35 feet in the air. So that's 5. And then another... $118 damage to the drow ship.
Still holding on?
Hold on, drow ship. Let me just roll this real quick. Okay. It lost its main mast, but it held on to its magical amplification. But it is still floating.
So am I.
Yes, you went
We gotta save Tina.
25 plus 45, right?
You said 40 feet above
40 feet above the ship, which went 25
the
feet
ship.
up. So 65 altogether.
Right.
So 66.
Right. Question.
Yes.
Since I have my jug on me, because I always carry it everywhere I go,
Okay.
and it can produce 8 gallons of water?
Uh-huh.
8 gallons of water. Or 12 gallons of salt water. Can I try to eject that on my way down to slow my descent?
It does
Like
not...
when I get closer to the ship.
Yeah, it comes out as fast as you pouring any liquid does. So it's not like
Damn it.
it's a pressurized jet stream.
It's not a jet, okay. Never
Yeah.
mind, I just thought
I'm
I'd
thinking
ask.
of the decanter of endless water.
I know.
Or else that would be a bitch to ever try to drink out of.
It looks like a cat trying to drink out of the faucet. He's kind of licking it every so often.
Just trying to dump 12 gallons of water in one shot.
Hey,
But
I thought I'd ask.
No, it's completely fine. First time for it to come up.
I mean, I'm about to die, so...
It's only 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Let me take a long rest first, because I'm pretty sure that I have full hit points first.
Yeah.
17?
Yeah.
Do I land on the ship, or
In the water.
in the water? Oh, I'm fucked. Alright.
Yeah, well, the ship's not going anywhere right now. After that hit,
Well,
it lost all forward momentum, so the ship's kind of just there, about 30 feet away from you.
it got lifted up and then dropped?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Can
whale literally came up underwater and hit the front end of it, sending you flying up into the air, and the rest of the ship sort of careening a little bit to the side.
Is there anything else around here that looks like a giant whale that's going to throw me in the air again?
Well, Ani, since you're the one in the water, go ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh, shit. I hate that about me. 3.
I hate that I'm in the water.
I mean...
So, the drow ship is in front of your guys' ship, about 45 feet and at a 45-degree angle to your northwest. It's still limping but floating in the water, and your guys' ship's there, and Tamberlay plus the 2 crewmate are roughly in between them. South of you guys, from the direction that you were coming from, more whales are cresting up and out of the water as they are...
Coming towards us?
No, going. You guys just intersected them at the same time, so they're going south. You guys were going north.
Okay.
But you can hear them breaking surface and crashing the same sort of loud groaning noise. But there is now a break in the water right in front of you, Tamberlay, plus the two shipmates that are next to you.
All right.
I need you to make a dex save.
God.
Because the crewmates are going to as well.
Oh, thank goodness. 23. And if I can grab hold of any of them,
Oh, they
I
both
will
save.
do my best to do so.
They will save as well.
Okay, good.
As the whale breaks the top of the water in front of you all, immediately you see both of their heads like take a big breath and dive straight down, and you follow suit.
Yes.
You guys dive down under the water and head towards the whale as much as possible, as it's currently doing a jump in the southerly direction. You guys are swimming north, trying to escape its impact zone.
Okay.
As it comes down and goes further underwater, there's this moment where you guys feel this pull against you as the current that the whale creates behind it as it sinks down into the water almost makes it to where you get sucked down with it, but all three of you are able to swim out of this little riptide that it's created.
How big are these whales?
Like 60 to 80 feet long.
Okay.
About 15, 20 feet wide.
Okay.
But with that, that was the last whale in this little pod. As you guys come back up out of the water. Tamberlay, you have no problem breathing down here because Twunk had been giving you guys breathing every day. The lungfish.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Thank God.
Twonk's probably just on top of the ship going, I knew this was a wise choice.
The lungfish has blessed us all.
But
No shit.
with that, you break the surface of the water, look around, the ships are nearby. Buoys and rafts get thrown out to you all to drag you all back in and onto the ship. And it delays you guys a day getting back, as some repairs are needed, mainly to the drow ship, as you guys tether yourselves to it to help reconstruct the mast. But by a little later into the morning of the next day, you guys are able to pick up to your normal speed and head all the way to the Iron Port in a few days' travel.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
Don't be sorry at all. Trust me, it's not a deadly doll or anything like that. So
That's true.
All right, it was a
No, I think one of those whales was made of wood.
Did it have a little wooden boy in its mouth too? Ugh. That was rough.
But you guys make it to the Iron Port. Tyler is greeting you all at the Iron Port when you arrive. And he has a carriage seemingly pulled by no creatures, ready to take the lot of you all back to Teramish. Unless you'd like to
on
walk.
death's door to see these creatures.
It's not Harry Potter.
All right.
Oh, my third eye doesn't pick it up?
As soon as
Punching your third eye.
you step onto land, your third eye disappears.
Fucking son. I know I brought it up much.
It's actually, as soon as you stepped onto the Iron Port specifically, your third eye disappeared.
Damn.
Why are you so
Our two
supportive? It's
fronts
just
would collide
accentuated that
once
you didn't have
more
any
is
hair.
quite fortuitous.
The hair's growing back?
Yeah, he's got about 3/4 of an inch of hair.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's just accentuated the fact that you didn't have any hair.
I have remnants of an eyebrow.
No, that was
Okay.
just the dirt smudge
An eyebrow.
that's still there because Every time you had that eye blink, it just kind of like shoved all the gunk up into the top of the eyelid.
Oh,
Yes.
So it's just an eyebrow of eye gunk that sits right there until someone wipes it away.
So Tyler's there?
Yes.
And how big is this port? Just curious, because I don't remember even being here. I mean,
This is where you guys shoved off to, where it has the underground.
right, we flew out of here.
No, this is the
What?
underground. All of you and Tyler came here. You guys camped out for the night. Valis stayed up there with Tyler. You guys went down into the hatch below because you ran into the guy coming up from Lofblix to deliver messages.
It's
There's
been
I
3
read a
months.
version of this story where we were flying at any point. That's
No. Flew out as in, like, we were in and out
Okay.
real quick.
Yeah, you guys spent the night here, and you met the message runner from Lofblix.
Okay.
And you know there's a secret hatch in the port itself that has a living arrangement underground.
Okay.
And that's where you guys all hung out for the night. Well, except for Valis and Tyler, who snuggled in the tent upstairs.
Of course they did. That must have been one of those nights that I took a slight hiatus.
Oh, Tamberlay went to sleep, so you method act. Got it.
So did I. Yes, I'm doing my best.
Method acting's a thing.
So how much longer till we get actual home?
The carriage is going to expedite you guys' process.
Oh, there's literally nothing pulling it?
Sorry, what was that?
There is literally nothing pulling it. Question.
Nothing that you can see pulling it, but it moves on its own.
Can we feel? Can I go up and try to feel it?
Sure. Tamberlay goes up to the front of the carriage, and in the space where things would normally be hitched up, she just starts groping the air and not coming into contact with anything.
Weird. How'd you get this to work?
Well, yeah, so there is a thing that we, in some of the special circles, call magic.
Well, I understand that. I just... Never mind. You know, the way you're talking to me right now, it makes me want to throw a dagger at Valis. I don't know why.
Why?
But you're the easiest target, that's why.
It's Tamberlay's go-to. I'm pissed. Where's Valis?
Not your pincushion.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt.
So stab the dirt.
The dirt doesn't feel anything. You do.
The dirt doesn't bleed.
And by the way, that was a really good throw. That was one of my best. I apologize. But, and I can't remember exactly what you said, but you said something that really pissed me off.
I don't remember what I said either.
I believe all you
I
said
know.
was yay.
No, you said more than that.
No, he said because
Oh, I jumped up and I said yay.
Ruben said that there's going to be an embassy at Terramesh, and he went yay, and that's when
Nope.
he threw the dagger.
No, there was something before that. There was.
There was, but that was the thing that instigated the dagger throw. Yeah, you were asking. Valis asked if like Ruben's going to come to Terramesh and things like that, but it was specifically.
No, we don't.
That's what pissed me off.
But then once Ruben said, "Oh, there's
Like,
going to be an
please
embassy,"
make it worse than it already is. But anyway, we are in it.
So-
We're home. We're almost home. I want to see Nably. I want my bed.
I
Japanese
want
Regardless.
workshop.
an embassy from a blow.
Mm-hmm.
So going to take you guys. Should be about 14 days, but the carriage is going to cut that down to a third because it does not stop traveling day and night.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is tedious.
Don't worry, you get rocked to sleep pretty quickly.
For 14 days?
No, it cuts it down to a third. So 4 days and some change.
For 4 days?
I can make it 14.
Sit next. No,
That's a lot better than
Sit
14.
next to Valis. That's long enough. Thank you very much.
You can also, I'm sure there's going to be a constant switch of people actually being on top and just kind of keeping eyes out.
I will be on top most of the time if it's no business of anybody else's.
Yeah.
Tyler pouts.
It's no, so he's got Twunk, it's fine. It's a luxury carriage, so it's 2 seats of 4 and each 2 seats. So it's like 2 different sections of 4 seats.
I'm just me and melodramatic.
Oh no, I'm just letting everyone else know what the arrangements are as you guys are moving through here. So it's not like, super. There's no bed here. It's not fucking Winnebago or something. But it is wide and big enough for you all not to be absolutely sick of each other. Well, I mean, let's be real. 4 days in anything, you'll
Too
be
late. Yeah, too late.
but it's not as bad as it could have been. But
I appreciate it.
this route has been pretty cleared out, and so nothing happens on your guys' traversal back to Terramesh. But
The other dude must be doing their job real well.
hell yeah.
But
But
to be fair, you guys didn't really encounter anything on the way down here when you guys left either. But with that, sometime after about midday, on the 5th day of travel, you guys start to turn the bend and start to smell the fragrances of food cooking, nearby noises of people and society as you guys make your way back into your town of Terramesh with slightly different of a look. The first thing that catches your eyes as you guys approach is making one of the bends, coming out of the road that you guys initially left through and now coming back. There's a moment where the road, you all feel a bump in the road, going from a dirt creation now to a much smoother, almost paved, cobblestoned road.
Valis is gonna stick his head out.
it's not fair. It's not fair.
As you guys
Approach!
As you guys make your way up the path that you initially had left from, you can see that not only the cobblestone road, the dirt roads have now become cobblestone, but some new houses have been added to the town. A new street has been created in a large swath of the forest, deforested, as new buildings grace the road.
And apparently a temple too.
That is not a temple, but an embassy building. Made in the very interesting architecture when Drow get their hands on something without having to coalesce to old Valkyrie designs.
In 3 months.
As you guys make your way, I'm looking for...
I mean, they would have done it more quickly, but they were also working on the cure for cancer.
Yeah, well, that's just rude.
But see, they found the cure for cancer, then they had to find a cancer that could beat their cure for cancer, and now they're trying to find a cure for that one. Well, everyone can pull themselves onto the map currently.
Can? Oh.
All right. And so you guys get taken to this intersection, and this is where the carriage, because this...
They live right there, don't they?
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, they live here. So they are heading out, and you all get to disembark from the carriage and witness the town as it now is. You see, this building has now been taken reside in. It is a shop of some sort, but is currently not open. As you guys passed, this shop was vacant when you guys initially left, but now also has a tenant inside.
Oh, Temperley's pissed.
Actually, all vacant current merchant buildings have gathered new tenants.
Yet. We forgot to get that assistant.
So this one is no longer vacant. This one's no longer vacant. This one's no longer vacant. This is no longer vacant.
To be fair, we didn't go to the right city to figure it out, but we were supposed to get someone's assistant.
Oh, that was the jeweler.
Was it?
Oh no, sorry, that was the leather worker.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's go apologize about that.
Well, you guys had facilitated him getting his assistant here. He just couldn't make it on the next couple ships before you left.
Right. Well, we also told him, like, when we went over there that we would make sure that it happened, but we never got over there.
Gotcha. But, welcome back to Terramesh. The Iron Hearth still stands as glorious as the day you left it.
Carl!
Does it still have my stain on the side?
No, it does look like
Oh.
it is cleaned of any and all stains.
Twunk cleaned that like the morning.
Yeah, he did.
That'll
I
double
was-
check. But yeah, welcome back to Terramesh. Trevor would tell you that he would facilitate the ending of your guys' contract, and probably by tomorrow sometime you'll be getting the rest of your payment.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm going to bed. And I will hustle my ass into the Iron Hearth, greet Charles with a large grin, and make my way up to my room.
All right.
Lamenting the fact that we don't have any tiny horses.
This is true.
Ever.
I'm gonna immediately put the whisper into Charles' ear.
What was that, Twunk?
It's like Twunk addressing Trevor,
Mhm.
I guess, well, to him that just like immediately like ran into the Iron Hearth.
Yep.
I know this could possibly be asking much of you, but considering that you seem to know much of what happens upon the seas through all of those who have connected to you, would, if I do not hear myself in some way, you possibly search for information on anything that could have happened to Breeze on the Clouds?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Okay, like yeah, pause for a moment, just like realizing, like, oh right, yeah,
Forgot.
mask on.
I feel like Mega for a second was like, shit, did I just tell it to Tyler? No, I thought I said Trevor.
For a brief second, it's just like, oh yeah, right, Taramesh. It's like, like a Twunk, you know, like briefly like re adapting himself to the situation, just like simply bows and says, "Thank you very much. You know not how much this means to me."
He'll nod back and just say that, yeah, if you ever see a yellow envelope in your room slid from under your door, you know who it's from.
Twunk will nod. Were you saying something, Lorna?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if she had a house here or like.
Come home with us.
Charger will see to it that you get a room inside the hearth with them.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure.
She's just waiting for Valis to get done, since he ran in there giggling like a school child. She's like, we'll go in there in a second. I just need to let Valis and Charles have their reunion.
Okay.
She probably whispers out loud to herself, I wonder if he found the schematics for the shotgun that I left behind for him. Valis runs in.
Just goes,
I mean, he does make good target practice.
I would look at Chadra and he gets one, but I don't.
No.
Don't yell, Valis, you're hemorrhaging. But Valis, you run into the hearth.
Does it look the same?
There are some decorations up that are all black. Everyone in here is in sort of funeral attire.
Raggy.
The sign says, "Welcome back, bad decisions." I'm just kidding. Yeah, I was either thinking of going with that thing, or you guys walk into just like people passed the fuck out from drinking all night long, and it was like a last hurrah before the bad decisions return, but everyone was too drunk to wake up and take it down.
Wow.
But no,
Well, here's the funny thing: is that like just outside the city, or just outside the village, like, you know, like there was a sound like 84 days without incident.
Ooh.
And now it seems that someone's full-time job is just to sit there with a pen and just wait. But yeah, going inside, it looks the exact same. The chairs are different. The chairs seem to have been slightly upgraded. But other than that, same tables, same bar, same Charles. Currently, you guys have come in right around 10 a.m., so it's not quite lunch yet. So no one else is in here yet for any sort of food. It's just one individual who's off in the corner, got a beer in hand. Their feet are up on the chair next to them and their head up against the wall. Human male that you've never seen before.
Okay.
Charles has a mustache now.
Charles does not have a mustache. Charles looks the exact same as you left him. except without the
And I'm-
happy look on his face when you guys were leaving.
Yeah. I imagine the minute that door swung open, and my silhouette appeared.
Well, it was more like once he saw Tamberlay, he knew what was coming next, so he was bracing himself.
All joy just like left his body.
But when Tamberlay came in, he greeted her, said welcome back. Even you too, Valis, when you make your entrance, he will say welcome back.
I will wave at him and go, "Hi, Charles."
Hi, Valis. Welcome back.
It's good to be back. You guys upgraded so much here. Feel like we've been gone 100 years.
There's been some decent improvements to parts of the city or town settlement. We're not sure exactly what to call it just yet.
And I'm gonna tip one of the chairs back in new chairs.
Yep.
Fancy.
Yep, we had a bunch of spare wood from some of the constructions, so we thought to reuse it for new chairs.
It's good
He
recycling.
mutters under his breath. Please don't break them.
Waste not, want not. Do we still have the same rooms?
Yes. Unless we hear otherwise, we keep your rooms, so they should be up there. Do you remember how to get there, right?
Awkward silence.
He just points to the stairs next to the bar.
Pretend like you have to go to the
Stairs,
bathroom.
that-
You'll
that-
find it soon enough.
I look over at Tamberlay. We're not supposed to talk
I'm
about
upstairs.
Tamberlay.
I'm not even there.
Oh, well then. I'm gonna go, oh, yeah, okay. Boys to the left, girls to the right.
No.
And I'm like, no.
No. The other hearth party's to the left. All of your guys' rooms are on the right.
So maybe I forgot.
Your shitty room
To the right.
is up the stairs, second door on the right.
Okay. Thank you, Charles.
Wow.
It's the one that has the sign that says permanently Valis's.
It's the only one where the sign with the room number is an interesting brown color. But yeah, your rooms are exactly as you left them.
Sleep.
Yeah. Go up to my room and put my stuff down.
Mm-hmm. All right. With that, Chadra will assist you, Lorona, in going to, and Twonk if he would like to tag along.
Tonk would have waited until they went in because, there was just a whole lot of nope happening there, like coming in at the same time as Valis. So,
Oh yeah, no, they waited until Valis was done. And then Chadra
and
probably would
Tonk
have
waited the appropriate amount of time.
Yeah, then Chadra would have waited like another, probably 2 minutes to let Charles just de-escalate a little bit before returning, going inside. So, if you were also waiting, then yeah, you guys would all go in together. And she would just be like, Charles, Lorona, Charles, she's part of our group from now on. We are wondering what type of sleeping arrangements the hearth may have or may need to accommodate her or the like. Charles will be like, well, you guys do technically have enough rooms.
Mm-hmm.
I know one is your workshop, and each of the boys are in their own room. So, if...
Oh, Twunk! You're gonna come back to our room! Yay!
No.
So, unfortunately, we got another Hearth team in while you were gone to make up for your locations, and they are becoming a permanent here. So, we don't have extra rooms to give, so it would just be more of coordinating the rooms you currently have. We can start the paperwork to give you guys another room, but that requires some massive enchanting, and so we can start on that paperwork, but it's not going to be an immediate fix. Lorona, Chadra will turn to you and be like, well, as long as there's no restriction on it, you can sleep with me and Tamberley. Or honestly, Chad.
Time in her workshop anyway.
I was gonna say, honestly, Chadra's probably just gonna ask to put a bed in her workshop.
Yeah.
And so Lorona,
She spends most of the time in there anyway, so might as well.
Yeah. And so that'll be an easier requisition for Charles to make. And so, Lorona, you'll be staying with Tamberley, as long as you're fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And Chadra will move into her workshop.
Yeah, as usual.
She likes to smell gunpowder anyway. She gets a little high off her own supply.
Honestly, don't want to stay up that late every single night anyway.
Chandra doesn't want to wake up as early every morning.
No, she
Anyway,
does not. No, she does not. No, I will dump off all of Chandra's stuff in her room.
Yeah. Yeah, so Chandra will take you upstairs, Lorona. You and Taberlay's room is the last door on the right.
You have a window.
Yep, you have a window.
Ooh.
Chandra will get many of her remaining things out of here. And then go move all of her stuff over to her workshop, which a fume hood has been added to.
Nice.
As well as her workbench is completely done.
She's gonna be so excited.
Yup.
Tamberley's just on her bed, doing that "I'm so glad I'm home" snuggle in like her bed sheets and stuff. It's like it still kind of sort of maybe on the off chance smells like me. And it's soft and clean. And
That's
doesn't smell like salt water.
Lorana, there's all the amenities in the room. Not as lavish as some of the suites that you guys have been staying in, but there's a water closet, you have a boudoir, you have a desk, a bed, a trunk, like anything and everything that are the essentials. Yeah. And they're decently spaced. You guys aren't on top of each other.
Okay.
Hell, if Valis and Twunk at one point could comfortably stay in the same room together, then you and Tamberley, it's like a gymnasium.
Easy peasy.
But after Chadra and Lorona go inside and up into their rooms, Twunk, you're free to enter.
it just like comes in. Air tidings, Charles.
Give you a nod and welcome back, Twunk.
I trust that all has been well with you.
It's been a comfortable 3 months. Was your journey as eccentric as you thought it was going to be?
Briefly in his mind, da 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 da. Like back to the present. It was an adventure unlike one I had ever imagined as a kitten.
Well, it was definitely a long contract, so hopefully you got to see and do a lot of things. Not many of those roll through the hearth in general, let alone in a place like this.
I suppose what even is a place like this, kind of like looking back at the door that he just entered. Much has changed in these past months.
We've had a bit of a boom, yes. Some visitors have come and set up shop. But it's all been beneficial to the town, so that's not too terrible.
I suppose that is the reason why we are here.
Yep, it's the ultimate goal, so moving in the right direction. And just for context, so everyone remembers this is what it used to look like. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wow, it has really changed.
Just like it used to be just like a couple houses in the middle of nowhere.
That's what it used to look like.
That's what it looks like now.
Yeah.
We got irrigation. The water's looking cleaner. We got roads. Look at those taxpayer dollars going to good work.
But you guys were also coming out of the cold season, so it was a little more drab and dreary. And so now you guys are like further into the seasons, so things have been able to grow and greenify a little bit.
I simply hope that as Teramish moves forward that we not lose sight of what made it already beautiful.
Well, it's hard with the boons, but usually on the slower growths, we're able to, keep the needle pointed in the right direction. But nothing is severely changed as far as the day-to-day goes. Just a few more shops, a little bit better roads, and a few fresh faces.
Actually, would we already know what day is today, or would it be an appropriate question for Twunk to ask, like, what
You should know.
is today?
We've been keeping track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you would know. Gotta get the right page open now. I guess I accidentally closed my OneNote.
Oops.
It'll take me a moment before I can pull the calendar up. So Charles says it is. Wah, 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 wah. And you go,
Womp, womp,
That's
womp,
about
womp,
right.
womp, womp.
Okay, that makes sense.
that tracks.
It's that day.
Yes, any faces worth noting that have arrived?
I mean, you guys are gonna have to go meet the different merchants that have dropped into the town now. So there's that. But
Do you have a list of those?
what was that?
Do you have a list of those, or we have to find them?
You'd have to go see and find them. Even Charles doesn't know every single person that's joined.
I see.
He just knows I'm not sure of exactly everybody who's here now, but I know we have a mason. I know we have. Hold on, I'm trying to do two different things.
All good. You're the one that extended the town.
But for now, you'll say that there's plenty of people around to go introduce yourselves to, especially if even just the merchants, let alone the new people who live in the town.
Question.
Uh-huh.
My bag got destroyed.
Yep.
Do I still have all the clothes that were still in there, though?
Yep.
Good.
Each set of clothes would be 5 pounds.
I can take it. I mean, it's
Um,
luggage, basically.
If my math is correct, you guys are in the second week of Devbrin? I might be wrong, though. I'm not sure if this is the updated calendar. No, I don't think this is the updated calendar. I'll find it. It is either warming or hot season.
Kimberly will sit up in her bed with like this bing, like invisible light bulb popping up above her head. Lorona, get comfy. I gotta go do something. And she will gather up all her clothes and run out of the hearth.
Well, because you're having this conversation with Charles, you just see this moving pile of laundry.
Yeah.
Come down the stairs and zoom out the front door. And Charles just kind of goes, "Yep, bad decisions are back."
How rude. And I will head over to Natalie's
Okay.
and wait for this for 3 fucking months. I think literally 3 months.
Yep. Run over to Natalie's place.
I will.
You get to the front
Hopefully
door.
she's there.
You
And knock politely.
kind of calm yourself down. Knock, knock, knock. A couple seconds before you hear just a pile of clothes in front.
I'll scoot him out of the way.
Oh. You look up and you see a drow male individual.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that. I'm sorry.
Can I help
Does
you?
Natalie not live here anymore?
Natalie. You're talking about the previous tenants. No, they no longer live here.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Do you know where they've moved to?
Unfortunately, they had already moved out by the time I had come around.
Like out of the town or out of just?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I apologize for bothering you.
Not at all. Have a
And
pleasant
she'll
day.
pick up all her clothes and take off back to the hearth.
Twonk, as you're about halfway through your next question. The pile of laundry comes back in.
I'll set things down on the nearest table.
There's a taboulet under there.
Mm-hmm. Twonk.
Right, for the briefest of moments, I thought that we had, in addition to a doll, been haunted by clothes.
Nah. I was trying to. I collected all these things so that Natalie could, work on stuff if she wanted to, and I promised her I'd bring her back as much as I could. Charles,
Yes?
do you know where Natalie and her dad went? Because apparently they're not living in the same house they used to.
Don't believe she
I'm
lives
sorry, I
with...
didn't mean to interrupt. I just,
I don't believe she lives with her father, but her grandfather.
well, yes.
I don't know exactly which house she lives in, but I do know she does now own the establishment on this corner.
Oh. All right. Perfect. And I will grab all my clothes and run over there.
The pile of laundry disappears yet again.
Yes, it does.
Did you have anything else for Charles, Twonk?
It's, oh, yes, I suppose it would be best to see the town for myself, and then pauses before continuing. Oh, I suppose since it has been the many cycles since we have last been here, have any communications come for any of us?
If you did receive any communications, they'd be left in your rooms, respectively.
Okay. Many thanks, Charles. I will not bother you much further. But it is good to see your face.
Good to see that you survived being out there with all of them for this long. Both your group and Trevor and Tyler.
Trevor and Tyler have surprised me in more ways than I can imagine. Would have imagined.
Gives you a big wink. I'm just kidding. They are definitely surprising individuals, that's for sure.
Twonk smiles. If you would like later, we can, as I believe they say, catch up. But I shall leave you to your business.
I have about 3 months of crying to take care of. Dinner is chicken noodle soup.
Oh, that's great.
I need comfort food. Okay.
Just like that, that's sitting, sudden depressive mood, like hovering on the air, just like Twunk knowing how to read a room, just like go up to the room.
I'm just gonna let you deal with that while Taberlight,
Yes.
you end up making it to the intersection and seeing the storefront on the corner. It's Nabley's Newest Fashions.
Nice.
The storefront has like 3 large windows for it,
All right.
but she's only got one that has like clothes and stuff in it. Definitely,
Okay.
probably a little bit bigger of an establishment than she was expecting. Doesn't quite have inventory to fill everything.
Okay. Is it open?
Yep, it's open.
All right, we'll go inside.
You go inside, you see there's no mannequins or anything like that. There is clothing that are on hangers, and that's sort of being the stand-in mannequin for the stuff in the window. And there are a few pieces sort of hung in different sections of this first quarter of the room. The rest of this place is just a mess of rolls of fabric, and it seems that either this is also the storage room, or she has way too much stuff to fit in storage, or she doesn't have the storage stuff. It's chaotic. Walking into it,
Or she just moved in and doesn't know how to run a business.
it's chaos. And as the door opens and closes behind, you just hear, "Hello? Can I help you?" "Oh,
Nabley?
Order. Honey, the clothes.
It's Tamberlay.
The clothes are moving and talking to me."
Yes. Yes, hang on a second and I'll put the clothes down.
Oh, there's a little halfling girl behind it.
You remember me, right?
Who are you? It's the grandfather that you're speaking to.
Oh. Yes. Hello, sir. I was wondering if your granddaughter is here.
Hello, potential customer. Welcome to Nabley's Newest Fashions. Is there some piece of clothing that you're... what was the rest of it?
Interested in?
Yes, that one.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I commissioned something from Nabley about 3.5 months ago, and I was wondering if it was done.
Oh. Well, he kind of like looks over to a sidewall that has like probably the most quote unquote organized section. And you can see there's about 2 racks, one on top of the other, and there are a bunch of different clothes sort of lined up, kind of feeling like not a laundromat, a steam cleaning situation.
Okay.
And he goes, "All right, hold on," and he picks up a little book from behind the counter and goes, "Do you have your receipt?"
No, I don't. I didn't get one.
Oh. Maybe we can work off the date here. Do you remember when? You said
3.5 months ago.
Oh, goodness. And he starts flipping pages in his book.
Sir, is your granddaughter around?
I hope so. And he
Do
just
you know where I can find her?
He just goes, "Nabley! Nabley!" and you just hear, Grandpa, I've got 5 hands going. I can't. You just hear a
Natalie!
crash, a boom, and a.
Oh shit!
And then you just
It's Tamberlay!
got little tiny feet stomping as you see Nably walk out with this roll of fabric that has now been sewn into what looks to be her vest.
Oh no.
She's just like, oh, Tamberlay, hi.
Hi!
It's been a while.
And I'll run up and give her a hug. As
You
hug as I can
you take
give her
1
without,
point
like-
of piercing damage. As you realize
Okay.
she's got a bunch of like pins and needles. She takes 1 point as well.
no, oh
as-
shit, oh, sorry, oh,
Yep, that's the armpit. Ow.
sorry.
Hi.
Sorry, so, a couple of things. Well, we're back, by the way.
Yeah.
We just got
Got
home
one.
today. So, one more thing. I told you wherever I went, I would get the latest fashions, and here they are! And I point to the pile of laundry.
She goes, oh, awesome. And she's just kind of like,
We can deal with this.
yeah, she looks at her storage / showroom and goes,
Yes.
yeah, that looks like a great place for them right now.
Alright. And, also, second thing, I was just wondering if you had finished that garment that I had asked you about.
Oh, yeah. And she's just like looking around at the different possible places that finished clothing are hanging up. And she's just like, when we moved, it probably,
Yes, congratulations, by the way.
yeah, thanks. Grandpa! We need to do the too tall. Oh, my back's... Alright. And he kind of walks over to the counter, pulls out a little step stool, kind of steps.
Want some help? I mean, I can
And
reach stuff too.
he turns around, and she kind of goes, and like jumps up to him, and he like grabs her and lifts her. Kind of like the dance move. Was it Footloose?
No, it's Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing, there you go, yeah. And he kind of just holds her there, and she like barely gets high enough to see onto the top rafter here, where there's a bunch of other things. And as he's like holding her up there and like slowly rotating her, she goes, oh! And reaches out, and he like spins her and catches her, and then puts her down.
That's amazing.
She goes, here! And she holds it up, and pretty much to the exact sketches that you guys made before you left.
Sweet. I have a cute hoodie.
Uh-huh. And
Excellent.
she is like, I also, you know, what you usually wear. And so, and she like zips the hoodie portion open on one side, and you see that she's put chainmail in the hoodie.
Oh my god.
It's very thin chainmail, so it's not like actual chainmail because she's not a fucking armorer. But
Right.
you know, it probably protect against maybe a dagger.
Amazing. Oh my god. Wow. This is way more than I expected.
I had
And
a
a
little
lot
bit
better
more.
too.
I had a little bit more time to work on it than I was expecting as well.
Yeah, sorry about that. We were gone a little bit longer than we expected.
The best part about it, though, it feels like a weighted blanket when you go to sleep.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried that?
Yes.
Sleeping in it?
I made my own.
I was like, she almost was about to smell it and then
did you sleep
stopped
in it?
herself.
Did you sleep in it?
It's like, and it just got creepier.
Yeah.
And sorry, I don't take commissions anymore. As soon as you leave,
Well,
Grandpa, now I understand what you were talking about.
This is amazing. I cannot believe it. This is way more than I expected. And it's perfect for, like, cool summer nights. So we went, like, way north and got, like, really cold clothes. And then we came a little bit south and got a little less colder than cold clothes. And then, yeah, there's a few things in there if you want to go through them and, like, you know, pull what you need to. But I got as much as I could.
No, it's awesome, and like I said, anything that I make out of these designs, you get the first batch.
I mean, no, that's okay. It's. I want you to have the opportunity to see all this stuff, so that you can be as creative as possible with all the ideas that are in your head.
I understand, but I also gotta, have models that wear it around the town.
I can do that too.
See? It's a win-win.
I also, so we brought back a new party member. Her name is Lorona. She is she's very like height-wise similar to Chadra. But I have a feeling that if you make something for her, she will wear it around town instead of just going to fireballs and getting it messed up with, soot and stuff.
She, because she's only, met Chadra briefly once, and so you're the main focus that she's got to deal with. So,
Right.
Immediately she's thinking, okay, chainmail bikini for Lorona.
No. She's a little more conservative than I am. But you know what?
We can
Give us a
always
few
ask.
days to get settled back in, and I will bring her by so that you may meet her.
All right.
Chainmail onesie.
Right? And I will leave you to it. Like I said, I brought these for you, so, look at them, see what you think. If you need me, you know where I am. We're back now, so, I'll leave you to it.
All right. I'll let you know when I come up with something new.
All right? And she will give Natalie a big hug. Like, she's wearing the sweatshirt,
Yeah.
and she will give her just the biggest hug.
And she goes, ow, ow, ow.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine,
Yeah,
but she's not.
sorry, I forgot pins. I'm sorry. Yes.
How'd you kill the person in your town? Hugged her to death?
I hugged her. I hugged her to death.
It was a pretty metal hug.
And instead of going back to the hearth, she is. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to find it now, because we have notes, and I forgot all this shit. Oh shit. Where's her? She's gonna go to Eden. Is that her name? The construction office? No. She's going to see Cass and Idrim.
Yeah, the carpenters.
The carpenters, yeah.
Okay.
But if anybody wants to do anything else, go for it. Because this is going to take just, it's not that important.
Okay. And I will give everyone their letters that they may have received throughout the week.
We just got a letter.
But for now, I can say...
Wonder who it's from.
Sorry.
Yeah, everyone has
I don't
received
know.
at least one letter. Even Lorona.
Yay!
Woo.
Woo!
You live here too!
Yeah! Pump up the jam. But anybody want to get anything done? Chadra's just meticulously setting up her workshop.
I bet she is. Moving into her new room.
I think since now that they are back in Teramish, like Twunk is going to like take the rest of this day to to find a good place for his vine to
Okay.
a better word, die and reborn.
Okay. Any more specific? Obviously, probably not going too far away from town.
Like a yeah, it's if for no other reason than like like if it were allowed to grow outside of town, like based on the current schemes of development, it might just get destroyed by
Yeah.
new projects.
Yeah, as far as like any places that aren't going to get touched in town, I mean, you don't have a whole hell of a lot to work with. If you wanted to live amongst trees and such, you've got this bunch here, which that is right behind the construction area, so you're not 100% sure those are safe. The ones behind the hearth are pretty much protected, and then the ones behind Trevor and Tyler's, it's still a bit dangerous if they ever get real bored one day.
Actually, you know what?
And then there's like
This is way back.
uh-huh.
I'm not gonna precisely remember, but wasn't there an office in town that largely handled future projects?
Yeah, that's the construction office.
Or am I remembering complete?
Yeah, all the carpenters, now the mason, any builders would all coalesce at the construction office to plan larger builds or whatnot.
Yeah, Eden,
Yeah.
the foreman. Yeah.
Because I think upon that realization of that awkward is this place safe? It's I think you would actually go to the construction office just to see if there's either any places that are, at least from the office's standpoint, unlikely to be worked on, or even possibly work out something to where there might be an area that will be protected no matter what.
As far as that goes, the closest, safest area, because I can't guarantee that nothing is off limits, because if push comes to shove and they need it for something, they will use it. But as far as nothing currently even remotely slated for an area, you would have this area down here. Specifically, this set of trees way at the bottom of the map where you guys rode in on.
That is a consideration. It's although I think were there any, or would it be possible to put in a request for a a park?
Yeah, if you wanted to front the coin for it, they could make it happen. Let me quickly get a calculator out. We're talking size-wise. Do you want something whoops, like that? Size-wise over here, to the right of the hearth, far right of the hearth.
We'll use that as a baseline just to see if it's even possible for Twunk to even afford it himself, frankly.
Okay. So the carpenter costs If you wanted to completely front the money yourself, it'd be 2,200 gold. You're not actually asking for like anything to be built in it, so there's no construction cost. It's all just demolition and like preservation cost. And remember, you guys are getting paid tomorrow.
That is true.
If I remember.
He would ask one more thing, if like, because like since there do seem to be like some naturalistic areas, it's like how much would it cost to like have a particular area be preserved?
Which area specific are you talking about?
But as like, for example, like you know, because like, you know, like there's an area like this place over here, you know, that's been, you know, like left alone.
Oh yeah, the
Just
little
like,
lake is staying there. The little lake is safe.
So a scenic area, almost.
I mean, he wouldn't put it necessarily like in the lake area, because like I don't recall these kinds of vines working that great in those situations, because they generally like to have places to climb.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking trees were going to be needed for your
Yeah.
vines.
But I was just like using that as an example. But like as I'm just kind of like looking over it, just like perhaps in the earlier version of Terramesh there would have been like more to work with, but you know.
Yeah, well, as the town's getting bigger, it's got to be able to support more people. So like all this.
Now that we have rice fields.
Yeah, all this farming has been made for more food production. The lake is staying there for, not only does it feed the well, but it also supplements some of the stuff that the carpenter and the leatherworker do.
Oh.
So that's not going anywhere, and it's going to stay pretty much unimpeded. Other than that, like anything in town, like I said, you got the stuff behind the construction office, the few trees there, but those aren't guaranteed. The only guaranteed trees are the ones behind the hearth. The 4 trees there, which is more than 4 trees, but it's
for visual sake.
Yeah, it's probably closer 8 to 10. But those are the only ones that are guaranteed not to go anywhere in town.
I mean, I guess what he could do is that Twunk could get them acclimated to like that tree area, and then like if he manages to open up a park area later in time, then he can kind of like start, for lack of a better word, spreading over to that area, much like he did bringing that
Twonk's
from like
petting zoo.
Twonk's Botanical Gardens.
Sure. At least with this particular vine, it seems to have some like passive, interesting benefits. So like that he'd be wanting to study. So it would probably be a lot easier if it were next to the hearth while he was still studying them. So
yeah,
none of us are complaining. I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Twunk will keep that that park idea in the back of his mind, but I think he'll like start acclimating them to like those trees like near the hearth.
Okay. All right.
Incidentally, like I know I haven't really been like checking them for obvious reasons, but like have they changed color? Like
the trees.
I guess since arriving. No, not the trees. The
the
vines.
No, not yet.
It's like Twunk thinking to himself, just like stop reading so deep. Read somebody else for once. Oh, wait, you've been traveling with me the whole time. There's
Like-
literally been nobody else.
You broke the mood ring. It's just stuck on anxious. It's like,
Yeah, in which case, like,
can you just stop?
but yeah, like, the Twunk would then just, like, spend the rest of the day, like, making sure that's being taken care of.
Okay, easy enough to do. Valis, Lorona, anything?
Nope, I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to go exploring.
Okay. Valis is gonna put on his little Boy Scouts outfit tomorrow and just trot around town.
Yeah, you know, I mean, much like how we landed here.
Liaison. Got it.
Anything for you, Lorona?
No, I'll just hang out. Unpack her stuff and put things away.
Roger that. Okay, Tam.
Curious, how would Lorona decorate her part of the room?
Britney Spears posters.
No.
Fine.
Merge oblige.
NSYNC posters. By the way, if they go on tour, fucking I'm there.
Bro, hey, not gonna
I
lie.
hear ya. I'm not. I would go to.
Yeah,
Me and my wife, I told my wife, I'm like, if they go on tour, because it's seeming like they're getting real chummy again. If they go on tour, I'm there. I don't care how we gotta take out loans. I'm doing it.
Last time I checked, they're also touring. It's rumored that they're touring with oh god, what they called? Boy band from the
Backstreet
80s.
Boys,
No,
98
the other-
Degrees, New Kids on the
No.
Block.
Boys to Men.
New Kids. They were thinking about touring with New Kids on the Block.
I thought that they just announced that they're gonna do a tour with Boys to Men and Backstreet Boys.
No, that's
I'm
a
not-
possible.
I'm not-
That's a possible NFL halftime show.
I'm not
Oh.
mad about any of that.
I know, right? Like Boys to Men.
They're
But-
just men now.
um,
But anyway,
men to elderly.
it's.
But yeah.
I'm gonna go visit Cass and Idrim
Okay.
and seeing the state of Nablie's shop. I'm not trying to like one up her or anything like that, but I would like to ask them if I could commission some what are they called? Not dummies,
Mannequins.
but mannequins. But just like dress for mannequins, like not the whole body ones. Just like the neck to upper leg kind of
yeah, the
mannequins
torso ones.
with shoulders. Yeah,
They are currently working on a lot of projects right now.
I bet they are.
So if you're down to be in the queue and wait for them to come out, that's fine.
Absolutely.
Or you can pay to get it rush ordered.
No.
But it is, yeah, they have a lot going on.
Oh, I bet they do. Right now. Before I do that though, before I pay them and all that stuff, I was just wondering, has she already commissioned this or?
No, she only
Okay.
got into that place like a month ago.
Okay. Then yes, I would love to at least purchase 3 of them and have them delivered to her when they're done.
Okay, that's easy enough to do.
How much would that be?
How fine of sculpturing do you want, and what size do you want? Human
Not
size,
worry,
halfling
like
size.
normal human size.
Okay.
Okay, one smaller one, like myself or Nably,
Uh-huh.
and then 2 human-sized ones.
Okay. And then are we talking like smooth curves, or are we talking blocky?
Smooth curves.
Okay, so a little bit finer detail.
Yeah, but not like it doesn't have to be like proportionate. Like it just has to be like a basic.
Yeah.
So that she has something to show her clothes on, so that they're not just sitting on the floor or hanging up on a hanger.
Yeah. So for 3 of them, it's just gonna cost you for that and that and that. That'll be. I can't do math right now. 20 gold.
20 gold.
Yep. That's for the
I'll hand her
mannequins.
2 platinum. I'll hand her 3 platinum.
Okay.
And whenever you get it done, just can you deliver it with my regards?
Can do.
Thank you.
Aw.
All right.
And then I will head back to the hearth in my new sweatshirt, my new chainmail sweatshirt.
Definitely sounds like those people who have the chain on their wallet as you're walking around. Kind of has that little jingle to it.
It wasn't my fault. I didn't ask her to put chainmail in it.
Oh, I know. I'm just letting you
swearing
know it's got that slight little jingle into it when you make heavy steps.
It kind of feels good though.
Didn't say it felt bad. Just letting you know the type of jingle you're hearing.
Yeah, it adds weight to it. So it's like that. You go to bed, and there's that blanket or comforter that's like it's just heavy and it feels good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way this sweatshirt feels for her. It's like, I know it's light. It's not meant to like keep me warm through the winter, but it's just heavy enough that it feels real good.
Yep.
And she will kind of strut in to the iron hearth and kind of show it off a little bit. Then go up to her room. Well, actually, she will have a drink with Charles if he's up for it.
He can't drink when he's on duty, but he
Would
can
you like to have a
What?
pretend?
He's like, I can have a glass full of liquid.
That sounds perfect. I will have a glass full of alcoholic liquid with you.
Roger that. He will pour you an ale and will take a water himself.
Really weird. This water looks kind of purple.
Don't worry about it. But cheers and drink.
Yes.
He's setting about for lunch right now at the same time, so.
Charles, you need any help?
Nope. He's just stirring his soup.
All right, then.
It's chicken noodle soup.
In the middle of the hot season.
Feel good
Great.
soup.
It's all about how he feels on the inside, not how much
Right.
temperature he's feeling.
Eating chicken noodle soup wearing a sweatshirt in the middle of summer. Loving it.
With the heater on.
I mean, the stove is on, the oven, whatever is on, so
Yep.
yeah, it's probably warm in there too.
You got some fire.
She won't be wearing that sweatshirt very long then. But she tried till the sun goes down.
Yep.
It keeps the mosquitoes away.
There you go. So yeah, if there's anything anyone else would like to do for the day, there's chicken noodle soup for lunch. There are. What is it? Yorkshire pudding and mincemeat pies for dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
She went all out. Shit.
Woo! What a welcoming home.
Just wants comfort food.
As well.
But, as far as, Charles having anything for you, he'd just say that, Veriforn will contact you guys tomorrow about the end of your contract. He's already received some of the paperwork, but things need to get approved and overseen by Veriforn before it can get the full pay and stamp of approval.
And how is Fireball doing? Have you seen him?
Fireball doesn't come into the hearth.
Okay.
He's
Oh,
banned.
that's right. And Charles never leaves.
Fireball is banned from coming into the hearth
Oh no!
for reasons understood. Even Chandra would nod to this.
All right.
What
I'm sure
reason?
Chandra's over there talking to him anyway. So, Fireball is our blacksmith, our Kenku blacksmith.
A little bit more than a blacksmith, but if you need something crazy invented
Inventor blacksmith. Yeah.
or created, Fireball's your guy. If it's got fire, explosives, and metal, he's all about it.
I mean, we have a whole town of eccentrics, so
It's true. But if there's nothing left to do today, you guys have lunch and dinners taken care of. Drinks and food are all part of your stay here at the hearth. You've got knowledge that tomorrow will bring about the end of your contract officially, and you guys are looking at some coin tomorrow. About,
Woohoo!
I think about 14K, right?
yeah.
I believe the contract altogether was 27,500.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You guys got a half up front.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, you guys gorge yourselves on food, drink to your heart's content, and eventually find your ways to your rooms for the night to put down long rests for your slumber.
Perfect.
Waking in the morning to the smell of French toast being cooked. Obviously, everyone in their different times and their different ways with their different morning routines, but with nothing hanging over your heads as this is what we need to do today. The world is your oyster, pretty much from now on.
Right, except for meeting with Veriforn today.
He'll
What time is that
eventually.
scheduled?
It's not scheduled. He said
Okay.
Veriforn will reach out to you guys when he can. But
Amberley,
Yes.
would it be at all possible? Could we speak at some point this day?
Sure, we can do it right now. I have nothing on the docket.
we'll say it's just you two. Chandra will take Lorona to go see Fireball.
Okay.
Valis will tag along.
Chandra will tell Valis, hey, you should go check out Volgart.
Yeah, go see Volgart.
Can I do that after I got paid?
And I feel like suddenly
Go
like
find
the draw got all
Bogart.
clicky. Tamberley, would you prefer to speak in a room, or
I mean, is it a sensitive matter?
perhaps it's a matter that might be sensitive to you, so I am uncertain?
Right, okay. Let's go to my room then.
It's like going up to the room, just like realizing, because I think this is the first time he's been in here.
Yeah.
But then I guess like also the first time he's seen since Chandra moved out and Lorona moved in.
I mean, my side of the room is pretty fucking plain.
Amberley, are you right?
I don't understand your question.
There are just simply moments upon moments where I feel great concern well within me.
I'm still not understanding what you're asking me.
You recall now over a month ago when we spoke with Ruben,
Yes.
and for reasons that I fail to understand, you threw a dagger at Valis?
Yes.
Is moments like those that fill me with concern.
Oh, don't you worry about those. I'm a creature of emotion, and unfortunately, sometimes I just can't hold it in.
Well, it is not necessarily when you allow your storm to flail wildly, but also do its opposite. In another moment, in another time further back, do you recall I'm trying to remember. I think it was dinner? No, it was breakfast.
No, it was dinner.
Breakfast. Oh, okay. Do you recall the dinner that we shared with pauses for like verbiage due to changed circumstances? One that Chandra calls mother.
I recollect it slightly. Why? That was a few months ago.
Was when I believe her title is headmistress.
Right.
I'm not certain that you were aware of this, but your behavior that day would have been, even amongst my own people, quite disrespectful.
I, as a person, am having a hard time remembering it.
And offered a place at the table, you refused.
It was when you guys had that one, yeah, was breakfast. So my apologies there, Twonk. But
I believe that was the one where I was playing bodyguard, was it not?
yeah, every one of the group, and Trevor, Tyler, Renee as well, were all offered seats at the table, and you denied it.
Right. And it wasn't out of disrespect. No, I'll tell you, that was not out of disrespect. That was just me doing my job.
Matters not what one's intentions are, but how others read them.
Right. Well, at that specific moment, I was reading, doing my job, And I did not mean to offend anyone.
Should the administratress had, or perhaps others at the table, were to read that as disrespect, what then?
I mean, then I would apologize and tell them why I did it, but nobody said anything at the time, so I mean, I get it, I got funny looks and stuff, but I was working. I wasn't there to sit down and have breakfast and be polite. I was there to guard people.
But is that our only goal for that mission? Simply to guard and nothing more?
I mean, from what I understood, our mission was to introduce to certain people, and I didn't know those people, so I can't introduce them.
We were told previously that while we are in other places throughout the world, that we represent who we are of and who we are from. So we show signs of disrespect, even if ones that we do not intend. This reflects poorly on where we are from and who we represent.
I understand.
And much is the same during our shared meal with Reuben.
Yes. I very much understand that. And if it eases your mind, I apologize to him afterwards. What I did was uncalled for, and I did not do it in a malicious way, but I did apologize for that later.
I suppose it matters not to dwell on things that have already passed. What has passed within the ocean shall lay within its waters till the end of time. While you are quite emotional, that looking forward into paths yet unseen, destinies yet unknown, that we might all show greater care in how we show ourselves to others.
All right, I will take that into consideration. If it makes you feel any better, that whole 3 months, I felt kind of trapped.
What do you mean by this, trapped?
Well, we came out here to take care of this place and do good here and stuff like that. And then we got kind of shuffled off to something that honestly I wasn't very comfortable doing. And I did not know how to behave. I did not know how to... I mean, it's easy to say to do something, but it's a lot harder to do it correctly. And I kind of felt like the entire time we were out there, I was trapped. Like I wasn't allowed to be myself. I wasn't allowed to go and do the things that I should be doing. I'm grateful for the experience and all that stuff. I kind of, it's just not. I'm not a diplomatic person. Never have been. That's what got me into trouble at home.
You
I mean, do you understand?
had troubles like this once before?
Well, I mean, it's all taken care of now. I mean, it's all kind of blown over and taken care of, but yes. Yes, I have. Not to the extreme like it was before, but, yes. And, that's what led me to the Iron Hearth to begin with. Was to get away from a bad situation. I love my mama. And I love my home. And, I mean, we took care of it the last time we were, before, and all that stuff. It's just... I misbehaved. What?
Suppose I can sympathize with that feeling of being trapped. Though I think over these last 2 years now, I feel I understand them a little better. You recall when people from many countries came together to speak upon matters of the world?
You mean when we first got up north? The big conference?
Nods.
All right. Yes, I do. Yes. Did we lose you?
Twonk.
Plunk?
Speak to me, Twonk.
Oh no.
If you're speaking, we cannot hear you. You may need to disconnect and reconnect back into the chat.
Take it.
He has entered his meditative state mid-conversation. His ears
But
twitch,
anyway.
and he goes,
Right.
I'm sorry, Tamperley. The vines need me.
Right. Oh goodness.
God damn it.
Welcome
Yeah, you're back.
I forgot to fucking move my mouse.
Sitting
What was
at
the
your
last
computer.
thing you heard?
The gathering. And I said, you mean when everybody met, you said yes, and then you disappeared.
So I need to recollect what I just said, because apparently I've been talking for a few minutes.
Shit. I'm sorry.
There was a words being said.
No, I can say it again. Just like give me a sec. So, yeah, you recall when they all arrived for this gathering.
Yeah.
Each person a leader of their own people, some of places much smaller and others of places much larger. They all had responsibilities, all things that they were tasked to do for the sake of their people. Yet, they all came to this gathering and they worked not just for the sake of their people, but for the sake of others as well. To speak of matters that affect us all. They were all representatives of their people. And even though they were away from the places under their charge, they yet were still doing great work for those very people they represented. And I think it is something that, though in a much smaller way, is something that we have the opportunity to do as well. To do what we can for Aramesh and its people, but not always within its borders. And yet, we are still doing good for them and for others.
I very much understand that. I mean, those people, though, have been trained for years to do that. I have not been trained for that at all. I have not even been taught how to act like that. Or hold what I feel inside, and that is my problem. It is my problem. I have a problem holding my emotions in. And I will eventually be able to do that, but right now it's still very difficult for me.
I know only as much as what has been taught to me, but perhaps if you truly wish to find this control that you feel that you lack, perhaps I could offer whatever, I suppose, training that I can provide.
I mean, if you take the time, I'm willing. I just, yeah, I've just never been really good with self-control.
Well, I suppose you do not have the benefit of being taught such things from kittenhood, but all can learn if they focus into it.
I mean, yeah, we can practice. I wouldn't mind practicing. I just don't. I don't know where I'd.
Shall meet tomorrow in the morning.
All right. That sounds perfect. I'll see you tomorrow morning after breakfast.
We are definitely going to have to end session before that one because I'm going to need alcohol for that.
What?
An emotion wrangling session between Twunk and Tamberlay. I'm going to need a little liquor for that one. I do not have any prepared now, so we will have to come back
Yay.
next session before that one starts. But we have the rest of today to deal with.
I'm just waiting for the meeting.
I mean, it's not a meeting. It's more of just, I mean, Valis is the only liaison to the Hearth, so it's really just him he's got to talk with.
Oh,
Well, I thought that job got stripped on me before, like, while we were...
It wouldn't be able to happen when you were still under contract.
Ah.
Oh, that reminds me. Once our contract is complete, and I intend to tell the others of this, but I believe it would be important for us to hold another meeting regarding our responsibilities within Terramesh, as well
I
as within
understand that. Yes. I think that we should. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody is wrong at what they're doing. I think it's more of a, we have an extra person now, and we need to restructure. See, I'm trying to be diplomatic.
Much like the tides that arrive from the ocean upon the shore, they will all eventually return to the ocean, and yet also to the shore born anew.
Huh?
And that's why I'm going to need liquor.
Not important.
um,
You know, I'm going to go downstairs and get a drink.
And I shall leave you to your thoughts.
I will think. For as long as I don't have to.
the door closes. Twunk is like, wait, what?
Hey, this isn't my room.
Yeah, Doug is just like left in Tamberlay's room, just like, am I allowed to be here?
Luckily, there are no females in here.
She left you. She doesn't care. She has nothing.
That
Yeah.
was in Timberlay's room, right? Wasn't I in there putting stuff away?
No. We're on the next day.
Okay.
You're with Chadra.
Remember, you got dragged off to fireballs
Oh,
with
okay.
Chadra and Valis.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
are.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
You are down hall. Oops, sorry. Wrong
Oh, I
one.
thought,
Right there.
I was going to say, like, I thought Firewall was right there.
Valis is at Volgart's.
I do love Volkart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Chadra would just give you the initial introduction to Fireball. As you come into this, even though it's a building on the map, it's actually more of like a large tent. And as you make entrance into it, it's actually a lot larger than the outside makes it seem. Seems that there's some sort of expansion enchantment. Think the tents in Hogwarts type of situation. But inside there are 6 large furnace type forges that run down the middle of the tent, and a whole host of different anvils and other blacksmithing equipment that are all about in the middle area of this tent. Up along the sides, there are plenty of weapons and ammunition on different racks and shelvings that are all placed around. There's barrels full of arrows. There's different types of swords, scimitars, rapiers, great swords, long swords. Any sort of melee and ranged weapon that you could think of exists inside this tent. As well as the different ammunition that are needed for each one and different types of the ammunitions for each of those as well. A lot of custom stuff can be created and crafted here, or commissioned, I should say. And Chandra has spent a lot of time with Fireball in creating new things, or at least showing him the mechanical side of her contraptions for her gun and such, that Fireball has taken into account with some of the stuff he's doing here. Chandra, I'll let her know, but she would have noticed that there has been some mechanical creations inside of here that seem to help to put things in and out of the forges without having to manually do it. So kind of like grasping arms, mechanical arms that will pull things in and out of the forge for Fireball rather than having to do it like Tong style himself. So her impact has been felt, and it's increased his production a little bit. Fireball is a very eccentric Kenku. Singed in some places, a couple white feathers to give off the effect that he is a little bit older of a Kenku. Kenku is a bird person, usually modeled after like ravens, and they can't speak regularly. They speak in quotes. They can mimic. So they can speak back in words and phrases that they've heard other people use. And so every time he'll talk back to you, it'll usually be in a different person's voice. And it'll be roughly the answer that you're expecting from certain interactions. Sometimes it takes a little bit of understanding or decoding to understand exactly what he's trying to say.
Sometimes it's more twunk than Timberlake.
Yeah, but luckily it's not usually as deep as twunks will go. It's usually very surface level. But he's a very excitable little guy. Moves between the rafters of the tent and along the floor. Very quick. And is overall pleasant and jovial to be around. But it's Chadra's main person that she goes to in the town. And so that's why she would probably take you here first, if anything. As well as probably as soon as she gets in there and does the introduction, she immediately starts talking to him about things that she's seen, putting in some orders, and talking about some additions that she wants to put to her workbench. So it kind of gives you a moment to sort of wander around the tent a little bit and see some of the other stuff that they have. Some of the things would be very interesting for you. Many different types of arrows for you to have, as well as a plethora of daggers of different make, model, designs. And if you ever need to possibly upgrade some armors with a little bit of metal bits, like going from... I'm not sure if... Do you have leather or studded leather?
Oh, I have studded leather. Sorry, studded leather.
Okay, then yeah, you're good. He could make the studded portions, but you already have studded leather, you're good to go. But yeah, this would be the place that Valis got his iron arrows from. But it's a neat little blacksmith shop, and a little bit more refined and experimental than you would normally find most blacksmith shops to be.
Okay.
But it's just more of introducing you to someone. Valis?
Yes,
You got your order.
I have my order.
Talked a little bit to Volgart. He's very happy to see you back. Gave you a good deal on that cut.
On some good meat.
Yup. And yeah, he would actually say that if you don't want to cook it yourself, or if Charles doesn't feel like cooking it, you can take it to the new smoker in town.
You know, being town liaison.
That's Tamberlane.
Right. Tamberlane. Never mind. Well, I'm still probably gonna take Volgart's suggestion and take it over to the new smokehouse and.
At least now you know why this place smelt so good as you were traveling past it.
Yes, and might have found my new favorite spot. Because what's better than raw meat?
Smoked
Cooked meat. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they do other things besides just smoking meat for consumption. They also do it for dehydrating certain things. They work in tandem with the leather worker for some different tanning methods. And so they also work with the tannery to do some of the high heat stuff that they're unable to do. But yeah, they do have a good solid section of their place where it's just smoking different foods, not only just meat.
Nice.
So yeah, if you want to get that cut of meat smoked, it'll be a few hours, or I mean, really, it's up to you how long of a smoke you want. They can do a low and slow, or they can do a hot and fast.
Just something by the time dinner's done.
Okay, so like a good 8-hour smoke.
Yeah.
They could do that for you for a gold.
Done.
Good to go. Is there anything anyone else would like to do throughout the town? Lorona Chadger is pretty much going to be like consumed in her conversation and blueprint drawing and different things with Fireball, and you realize very much so that the extension of, oh yeah, I'll introduce you to some people, was Fireball. And now you're, after you've like circled the tent 3 times, it's like the kid when the mom's like debating on like trying to haggle stuff, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm done. Like I can only look at these cool interesting daggers like 5 times before I'm like, okay, can we go? And you realize that, oh yeah, I am an adult, I can leave. So I mean, you can stay if you want, but you can also dip.
She'll probably go and just walk around a little bit.
Oh, I think well, I'll give everyone the updated World Anvil link, so you can eventually see all the new things too. But for now, Rhoda.
Sorry.
Yeah, we have a fish stall, leather worker, carpenter, butcher, tannery, food market, jeweler, Fireball the blacksmith. Valis has found the smoker. We have Natalie's new fashions. There are 3 other merchants that haven't been identified yet, but those are the known ones in town so far, as well as and if you looking at the map, any of the green buildings are merchant buildings.
Okay.
So
let's go to one of them that hasn't been identified yet.
Okay, well, right across the street is one of them.
Okay. And she will go there.
And knowing Sasquatch, he would say, you go in and it's a brothel.
What?
Just to piss off Tamberlane.
Yes!
But that's just what Sasquatch would say for him. But no, going into this shop specifically is an alchemist.
Ooh.
My building.
You can see the very large 2-story building is separated into different sections inside the building itself. The entire first floor is more safe and regular day-to-day alchemy. This is, brewing tonics for upset stomachs and the occasional, like the regular pharmaceutical stuff that may be needed for the majority of the townsfolk. But the upper section is for, there's not a VIP rope, but there's a rope cordoning off the upper section, and you can only go up there supervised.
Okay.
And going up
Because there's a
here,
problem.
well, going up here, yeah. It's a different meaning of table service. Going up here, it's more of poison making, health potion making, different tonics and elixirs. Like, the more stuff adventurer geared is on the second floor. And the first floor is, though they're all the same establishment, the first floor is run differently from a different person than the second floor. The second floor is run by a female drow. And her name... Sorry, I didn't put her in my little tooltip thing. Oops, there we go. Okay. And where is that building? There we go.
Across from.
No, just in my notes. I have it all separated.
Oh.
Glinley is her name.
Glinley?
Yes. Glynnnli.
Okay. What's the first floor person's name?
The first floor person's name is a human. Human female named Sabrina. Not the teenage witch.
I was about to say, like, she says she's human, but
And Glinley is a drow?
And the top floor is a drow woman.
Okay.
But yeah, they have a whole different host of potions, poisons, elixirs, that type of thing.
Okay. She'll just look around the first floor for a while.
Roger that. Plenty of interesting and fun stuff to possibly play around with in the future is up here. And if anything, you're introducing yourself. She's also the person that you would go to if you get any sort of toxins or things out in the field that you've harvested and may want turned into things to use yourself. That is a big possibility. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint.
Tookie tookie.
wink, wink.
Wink, pause for 5 minutes. Wink.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's that. While she's meandering through the second floor of the alchemy shop, anybody else want to do anything in town?
Well, like, since Twunk has taken charge of the map, well, it's at this point severely outdated, so it's like he's, I think, going to begin that, I guess, dual process of, like, trying to learn how to make maps that others can read, while also familiarizing himself with his new environment.
Roger that. So going around and putting down the new things to your map. Oohs and ahs and trying to size things up correctly. Because I could totally see, like, Twonk's map being just a shit ton of shorthand, and, like, someone else looking at it and be like, What is this? That is a cloud. What does that mean? Isn't it obvious? No!
It's like these clouds, they represent those that have passed once they have been given to the earth with as much heat as possible.
Cemetery, Twonk. You need to put a cemetery here. But yeah, luckily you do have the map, and all the buildings that were here are still here, so you can use them to ultimately learn your sizing and your distancing and everything, and put together the map that you see before you over, the rest of today.
Do you feel as though like there's also like certain points where he was like be super tempted, just like instinctually like trying to like draw things as big as it makes him feel, but then it's like
No, it's
and
not.
once the measurements don't work out though, it's just like this was a mistake. Pulls up the parchment and tries again.
Valis,
Yes.
while you're exiting the smokehouse, probably because you stayed a little bit too long after paying for your meat, and you just kind of like, oh, it smells good.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like trying to think like, ooh, what else is in there? Oh, something smells marinated. That smells really good. And you're just kind of like trying to get that information out, and the people working there are kind of like, I mean, it's not technically private information, but it feels weird telling you. And you're like, don't tell me, I just want to guess, and you just nod if I get it right. Veriforn is going to find you. And he's just going to be... Valis, welcome back.
Hi, Veriford.
Theobald.
Glad to see that you all made it here in relatively one piece.
Yeah, and we even picked up some new friends as well.
Yeah, I was in the Drow City. Remember, I was at the meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there we go. I facilitated her joining your party. I was there when you didn't
mentally.
When you didn't
I just want to imagine mentally, Veriforn's just like slamming his face into his desk as hard as he possibly can.
I was there when you realized you didn't have that you had wait staff your entire life.
Yeah, that quickly changed.
I heard about
Yeah.
that as well. But good news. Let's focus on the good news, shall we?
Yeah, great news. We're back.
You are back, and your contract is completed.
Woohoo!
I do have it, and he pulls out the parchment. I just need your signature on the end to fully complete your end of the contract.
Okay.
And you give the sign. You feel the burn of the brand, and then out from the parchment itself, a bag of coins appears. He grabs it before it rips a hole in the parchment, and hands over the very hefty sack to you.
I take it. Thank you all. Make sure and get this to the team as quickly as possible.
And one last thing before we go. There was a bit of an addendum added to your contract about the overall completion, not the actual completion aspect of it, but how things panned out on a more interpersonal level. And unfortunately, because of certain conduct recorded, we cannot, from this contract, give you all the increase in rank that was supposed to come along with it.
Oh. What? And like you see Valis like go. Was it because I got disowned?
No, it wasn't because of that. Well, you are the liaison, so I guess I can tell you. It was the whole hostile environment created in front of a nation leader. I believe in that leader's nation. You guys...
Flashbacks of Tamberlay's dagger flashes before his eyes.
Gets a little itchy in the stomach for a second.
And he goes,
But that hasn't affected your outcome of monetary value. Trevor did not foresee it to implicate how much that you all would be making, or that he would not use you all again, or anything like that. So the only repercussion would need to be on our end, and the only thing we have control over is the fact that we cannot give you the rank up from this contract.
Understandable.
Everything else is...
Oh, I'm gonna get shot.
Everything else is copacetic, though. You guys are still on the brink of ranking up, so any new contract coming up that you guys fulfill should tick all, if not most of you, over to the new rank. And Trevor had made it known that, and I also know, that that particular nation leader was actually a part of y'all's group at one point, and so there might have been some personal history in the past, but since it did happen under contract, and technically, when under contract, everywhere you go, you represent the hearth. And so everywhere you go, technically the hearth goes with you, and just like the rule that we have inside our hearth here, no member-on-member violence, that should follow you along as you guys are part of any contract.
Because we're representatives of the hearth.
Yes, any place that you make home for the night becomes the hearth in itself. So
if we destroy an inn because...
I don't like where your mind's going.
He kind of, like, gestures.
Let's just say when you're under contract...
on the hearth.
When you're under contract, just try to keep interpersonal problems from spilling out into violence.
I will try my best.
I can appreciate that. Since this contract is completed, you guys are relegated to, at most, 1/3 of the contract length of time for downtime for yourselves to recuperate and readjust. So that technically means that you have about a month in which you don't need to take any contracts, but the contracts are available for as soon as you guys are ready to come back into the fold.
I'll let the team know.
I appreciate it. I will be absent for the next few days. If you take some of the contracts that are on the boards before then, Charles can facilitate it. But I would suggest reacclimating to Terramesh and let Terramesh reacclimating to you all. As obviously things have changed, as he kind of points to the smokehouse.
And lots of improvements. I stone roads, a smokehouse.
Yes, this one is my favorite as well. But, and he'll point in the distance, as you can see by the architecture, we have a drow embassy as well. Doesn't have any of the teleportation capabilities that other embassies have that you're used to up in the continent. But we do have about a dozen drow that have not only moved in, but run the embassy, as well as a couple shops in town. And we also, and he points down in this direction, we can thank our new paved roads and such speedily construction thanks to our another new embassy from the Duragar.
Wow. Making a lot of connections.
Well, the drow facilitated a good section of it, and with that influx of capital that I was able to secure, I was able to get a good mason in, and one of the caveats with the mason coming in was to get an embassy with the Durgar here.
Whew.
Currently working on the artificer gnomes to possibly push an embassy from Kranta here. But they are a bit busy at the moment, so don't expect it anytime soon.
It's really a shame that we couldn't get the embassy of from a Blal.
Yeah, I don't understand what happened with that one. But
Tamberlay stabbed me.
got it. That puts a couple question marks as checks. Understandable. But if you are, as you can see, we're pretty close to the new hydroponics that we have here.
Yeah.
We have a full new apothecary and herbalist shop set up at the end of it.
Nice. Good place for medicinal stuff.
Medicinal, spell components, interesting plants and things that don't come from around here can all be grown here.
Ooh. I think Twonk's really gonna like that.
I would say we should probably do a slower introduction of Twonk to that building.
Valis looks kind of confused. Okay.
It's run by 2 druid tabaxi. They aren't from his village, specifically, but they do come from a different island on the atoll.
That would be bad.
Not so much. They're not as connected to his tribe as it may cause any problems, but it's definitely more of a let's not rush that interaction anytime soon. This is probably
Only
the
that
moment.
interaction will not be rushed.
I can totally see this the moment that Twonk's like outside their shop, fucking sketching it down into the map.
Yeah, I think that like might be like one of the things that Valis like goes to Twunk and be like, "Hey, bro, you don't want to go over here."
This building is, for some reason, the structure of the building seems very familiar.
Certain smells are reminiscent of my kittenhood.
Literally smells like home.
The nostalgia. But yeah, definitely. He's about to say something for a moment and then like realizes who he's talking to and he goes, "Make your introductions at a steady pace. Don't try and rush everything too quickly."
So, don't run around to every shop in one day.
Correct. Pace yourself.
Got it. Pace. We just got here. We just got back.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
if you're here, then I'm guessing you're having something smoked, so...
Yeah, actually, I just got something, right? No.
Yep.
No, I just dropped something off.
Yeah, you just dropped something off.
Yeah, I just dropped off some bear brisket to bring back to the team, kind of like a celebratory brisket. And Volgar
Go ahead.
told me about this place, and I said, hey, give Charles another night off from us pestering him too much.
Exactly. Give yourselves plenty of time to reacclimate to Teramish, and all shall be good. Like I said, I'm going to be gone for a few days. When I get back, I should be making it back before either of the other Hearth teams make it back from their current contracts. And when they do come back, I will make sure to introduce you to them and them to you.
Okay. I look forward to it. We'll have a nice big barbecue party or something.
Smiles and kind of claps you on the back, which kind of catches you. You're not used to bigger, larger people giving you that smack, that heavy, like, older brother smack to the back.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, son of a bitch, and kind of catches you off balance for a moment. And he just goes, until I return. And
Safe journeys.
He'll start heading, actually, up towards the Drow Embassy.
And I'm gonna head back to the hearth.
Back to the hearth. All right. Okie dokie. Lorona, is there anything else that you would have wanted to go randomly travel to in town after the alchemy shop?
No, she'll just go back to the hearth as well.
Okay.
Oh, and I would have filled Twunk in on what Verforn told me.
Give me a perception check, because Twunk is, even though his token's in the hearth, he's currently around the town doing the math.
Oh, okay. Perception.
Yeah. Okay, you end up finding him. He's currently down this way as you're starting to approach the hearth.
Oh, yeah. So then, go down this way and chase after him.
He's currently counting steps.
Before it slips Valis' mind.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna fill him in on everything that Veriforn told me about our new apothecary. And then I'm gonna tell him that our contract is complete, and when everyone gets back, we're gonna divvy out.
Yeah, the giant bag of coin that he's just holding.
Yeah, that I'm walking around with. Then pat Twunk on the head and go, "Okay, bye-bye."
Valdis, normally the sun greets the earth before it blazes. Oh.
He's gone.
As every part of me just wants to think that Valis just ran up, just info dumped, and then left.
That is exactly what happened. There's no imagination that there was needed. That is exactly what happened. He saw you, he ran up, info dump. Bye-bye.
Now Twunk is blue screen of deathing in the middle of town, trying to process what was just told to him with not even a moment's notice to breathe.
Sounds alright.
Still no kid, so I can't make the joke of like children, like, you know, like jungle gymming off of his limbs. So far as I know, like, I'm assuming there are still no children here.
No.
Yeah, I guess as the processing like finally dings, just like Twunk just like his ears splay. I don't think he can look pale. Like, I'm not sure how that works out for like Cloud Leopard Fur. So
his whiskers droop.
I suddenly don't feel as energized to explore today. A rather defeated looking, like defeated, confused, anxious, really just a lot of feelings boiling into one, like a version of Twunk, like walks into the hearth and just like sits in front of the bar at the at the hearth.
Yeah, Valis, you sorry.
I need comfort food.
Chicken noodle soup slides in front of you. He goes, I made yours with fish. It's Valis.
Courageous of soul, yet kind of heart.
Valis, you made your way into the hearth and plopped down the 30-pound bag of coins.
Well, yeah, probably. Guys, we should probably go switch this up in the room.
Chatter, who followed you in, would concur that this was a good idea.
Wait, she actually thought that was a good idea?
That you guys don't divvy out the money in the middle of the bottom of the inn? Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna agree.
Hey! Dallas is shocked because in the 200 years
Fine. Let me correct what she said. Yes, Valis, that is what sane people do. You wanted me to take away the one compliment she ever gave you. I did it. It doesn't exist.
You paraded with it too much, and now it was taken away.
All you had to do was say, I turned to her and cry. But no, you had to say something about it.
I had to call attention.
So instead, she goes, no dirt, numbnuts, let's go. And you guys go upstairs, probably to her workshop room, since it's the least cluttered. As far as, 2 beds. And doesn't smell like shit. Obviously it doesn't, but everyone just feels like it should. So you going into Valis's room is just like, everyone kind of like doesn't want to breathe out through their nose.
Yeah.
Even though eventually they're like, okay, I guess it doesn't. I guess it smells like eucalyptus. Thank you, God, Charles.
And yeah, I'm gonna tell him about Verathorn leaving for a couple of days for us to chill out, relax.
Chilling out back, relaxing, all cool.
Yep. Shoot some b-ball
outside
the school.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the bag is 1,400 platinum pieces, and so that would be 280 platinum per person.
280 platinum. Cool.
Thank God it came in platinum this time.
Yeah, it didn't feel like giving you guys a 300-pound bag of gold.
More like a
chest
Scrooge
just
McDuck
comes
with a
out.
wheelbarrow.
Though it would have been real funny is like Verafor in one hand drops the bag, and Valis has to get it back to the hearth.
That's the last leg of the mission.
The bag
There's
rips, you lose
just
it
a
all.
groove all the way to the hearth.
Actually, that would be both an interesting but also like an awful quest, where it's just like every coin that falls from this bag disappears, and you only get to keep what's left at the end.
No.
So everyone can add 280 platinum to their character sheet.
Yeah, I guess with Valis's reveal, though, it's like suddenly Tamberlay probably is getting an echo of like her talk with Twunk in the morning.
Sorry, one more time? I didn't catch that. I was changing Chad's money thing.
Oh, sorry. I was just more like, I'm at least imagining that, like, with Valis, like, explaining, like, everything that Veraforn had told him, like Tamberlay suddenly getting, like, an echo of her conversation with Twunk that morning.
Yeah. Now Chadra has a safe in her room. And she would probably point this out if you guys wanted to get something like that installed for excess monies. She can do the paperwork to Charles to get a safe installed in each room for you guys.
Yes.
Okay. One for the shitstorm.
One for the shitstorm.
Yes, please.
Or in certain cases where people are sharing room, 2 safes can be put in there.
Just the Rona. I'm not worried about it.
They're just not very large. You know, they're like hotel safes.
Either way. Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
A safe for everyone except for the druid. Makes sense.
Like that, I think Twunk is just like, I think more just because how I was raised culturally is just like tilting head like, what would I use it for?
Chandra would tell you that she uses it now for a little bit of excess money, but also so that way in case something explodes, or she shows that there's like a little bit of gunpowder and stuff in there. Like, if this room was to randomly blow up, the stuff inside the safe would not be hurt.
And Twunk blinks for a moment. Would it also guard against unexpected odors?
Yep, it is airtight. And his eyes quickly dart to Valis.
Remembers the smell, remembers the brief glimpses of the site, realizes he owns things that he doesn't want to be ruined. And then now will put himself on the list of people who want to save his belongings.
Can I have 4? You guys, next time someone walks into Twonk's room, it's just like a bank vault of safes. Safety deposit boxes. Just every single item of Twonk's. Takes an extra 45 minutes to get ready in the morning, but hey. Alright.
Like, this is where his choker is.
Mm-hmm.
This is where
His left sock, the right sock.
he doesn't even wear socks.
Exactly. But if he ever had to, the ones that are fit for his feet are safe. But okay, so safe for everyone. Chadra will put in the correct paperwork, and actually, you guys are doing this pretty early, so by tonight they will be available in your rooms to put any excess items or money into. It's a
And
little...
Lorna, just so you know, we are the only people allowed in our rooms. Like, the doors are magically enchanted to only let us in. Unless we invite somebody else in. So we don't have to worry about locking the doors or anything like that.
Yeah, the safes are mainly just for possible damage or odors for certain people.
But you know what? Speaking of belongings, because this thing happened, and I'm also I wasn't sure if they were ever like properly counted. So this is more just me like accounting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Timberlake, how many hempen ropes do you have in your inventory?
I only have 1.
Okay, yeah. So, because a long time ago I gave you like 3 of mine.
No, I have 4 of them. Yes, I have 4.
Okay, then. But you can go ahead and put it back to 1 because I think Twunk is going to move them back into his room, considering, well, that's like 30 pounds of weight.
Yeah.
And you're no longer dealing with a bag of holding, so.
I know.
All right.
I also have 20 rations.
Yeah, I think some of those are Chadra's.
I'm not worried about it.
I kept all of my rations, so there's no confusion about who they belong to, as far as I know.
The safes are 3x3, as far as the inside go.
Okay.
And anything that you put in there, just mark it down in the little extras section, the other possessions section of your inventory page on D&D Beyond. As far as money goes, you don't need to take the money out. I mean, if you're comfortable with it, you can take the money out and just write down how much money you put in the other possessions section for your safe. But for now, what we can do is you can leave the amount that you have in your coin thing and also type down in the other possessions how much you're leaving in the safe if you're going to offload some of that weight.
Just offloaded 15 pounds of bag of holding. I miss it already.
So,
I mean, like, if you wanted to, we we kind of like got the better version of what happened to that bag of holding. Because the worst ending is like the bag being ripped and then everything getting dumped into the astral sea. So
mhm.
Yeah, I know. I still miss it. It just makes things a lot easier. But eventually we'll get an enchanter in town besides Charles and maybe get a new one.
It's on the list. But after the money's divvied up between everybody, you guys Marvalis tells you guys that he's got dinner already taken care of for you all. He just has to go pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And unless someone has something else they want to do, that's what we're going to move on to.
You mean besides us looking skeptically at him?
He said that he purchased it from Volgard, and he got professionals to cook it for us.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Tell him all about the smokehouse.
Yep.
Well, that is interesting.
As well as the drow and the Duragar.
Oh yeah, yeah, that too.
Okay.
And the druids.
Okay. So you at least know a few of the buildings now, and who resides inside and what they're for. But with that, as time creeps along and everyone's sort of milling about doing their things, the safes get installed, you guys figure out which items you're putting in the safes. Valis goes and gets the meat for dinner, brings it back, and it is a giant plate of brisket that has been slow cooked, and they would ask you, Valis, if you want them to slice it for you before you leave. So they can do that for you if you want.
I probably would have said yes, even though everything in my chef brain is screaming. But yes, have them
Yeah,
cut
everything in your
it.
chef brain is screaming, Charles won't let you touch a knife in the kitchen. Is that what it's screaming?
I wouldn't let Valis touch a knife in the kitchen.
Well, neither will Charles.
Don't worry, they have a little hot blanket that they put on top of it that keeps all the heat.
And moisture.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in a pan, and then there's a hot blanket that goes on top. And it's a quick walk between the hearth and there, so you just let everyone know that you're going to go get it and to be downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time that you come back, you slide onto the table, and voila! And everyone gets to bask in the aromas and delve into the giant.
Meat platter.
The brown bear brisket is about twice the size of a cow brisket. So it's somewhere in the realm of 25 to 30 pounds of meat. So you guys have a hell of a meal ahead of you as you all dig in your different respects. After the meal, again, plenty of sides and drinks to be had through Charles.
Perfect.
Your meal is definitely large chunk taken out of it, but probably not completely finished. And yes, Charles can put it in the cold box for you, so you can have some breakfast, Valis.
Yeah.
Brisket hash.
Oh, yeah.
But eventually you guys would find yourselves to probably some more drinks and then eventually bed. And we can come back the beginning of next session in the morning tomorrow with liquor in my hand. But yeah, so we're gonna
I
go
think
ahead. We're gonna end session there. Any questions before we go?
How much liquor should we prepare for next week?
That's up to you.
That is.
But what's an appropriate amount?
That's more of a personal tolerance choice than it is a.
Okay.
A good sipping whiskey as we listen to Twonk and Tamberlay go through the inner canals of Twonk's emotional soothsaying.
Emotional tamping. Yeah.
But all right, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. If I don't talk to you all before then, you guys have a great week, and we will be back next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
And thank you to all of you that have stayed with us. Thursday, 9 p.m. PST, Group 1 continues in on their campaign. Moving a little bit further throughout the dungeon, or not dungeon, I should say ruins. Possibly find and get some things. We should see what they do there. They get to talk to the undead creature that has made its way out of one of the sarcophagi down there. If you can't be there for that, we're going to have RFI Saturday with Group 1. And we're going to try and make it spooky RFI, where we're probably going to be playing spooky games alongside us, asking each other questions and such. So definitely swing by for that. That will be at 9:30 on Saturday. And if you can't make either of those, then Bad Decisions is always here on Sunday, 9:30 p.m. PST. And we shall see what liquor is going to be needed for me as we listen to Tamberlay and Twonk try and calm the inner beast inside Tamberlay. So see how that goes. But other than that, I might stream throughout the week, doing some DM stuff. We'll see. But those 3 are definitely confirmed. So swing by those times, hang out with us, have fun. But other than that, thank you all for staying with us. Have a great night. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.